My name is Melissa. I'm EMT for American Medical Response Ambulance. I teach new employees how to take care of patients and patient care. I'm going to answer any of the questions you have and give you a tour of our ambulance.
Why does the ambulance have a plus sign?
This plus sign here is actually a cross. That means medical help, or if somebody is injured or sick and needs to be taken to a hospital. We don't have a cross on our ambulance, but we have a Star of Life. Here's the Star of Life right here. And then we also have a Star of Life over on this side, and that represents medical care.
Who's the ambulance driver?
EMTs drive an ambulance. An EMT is an emergency medical technician. EMT can either drive an ambulance and they'll sit in the front, or an EMT will sit in the back with the sick patient.
Why do ambulances have medical stuff?
We have a lot of medical supplies that we keep in the back of our ambulance, so therefore we can treat patients on the way to the hospital.
Can I go in the truck?
Sure, come on into the back of the ambulance. We have lots of stuff in here. This is where an EMT would sit and they could buckle up. Our patient would be here, and then we have lots of cabinets over here that has Band-Aids inside of it. Has like splinting material that will help kind of cast an arm until you could get to the hospital. Lots of different things in our ambulance to take care of our patient.
Why is the ambulance white?
Some ambulances are white, some are red. Ambulances are usually white or red to be bright in colors so people can see them.
Where do they sit in the ambulance?
The EMT can sit in the front of the ambulance. They will drive to the calls or drive to the hospitals. When they're driving to the hospitals or to the calls, they will turn on their lights, which are up here, and they also need to talk to our dispatch through their radio.
What's in the ambulance?
Our patient will sit here on the bed, and sometimes if a patient is having troubles breathing, we could put oxygen on the patient. This would go into your nose, and then we hook you right up to our oxygen supply. We also have an AED. An AED is for those who heart maybe has stopped and we need to start their heart. We put this on them and we could do CPR. We also have a jump kit here, and the jump kit is in case if somebody's injured outside of an ambulance, we could go over. We have lots of different supplies in here to help our patients out. Somebody has a broken arm, we could put their arm in a splint and keep it close to their body until we could get to the hospital where they get a cast.
Why does the ambulance light blink when somebody's in trouble, and why does it make noise when somebody's in trouble?
All ambulances and fire trucks have lights and sirens to let people know. They can hear the sirens that an ambulance is coming, or they can see a lights that an ambulance is coming. So cars can pull over so we get to the sick patient faster. I hope I answered all your questions today. Enjoy your Touch a Truck Day.
Why are you dressed up in those suits?
What you'll find is every motorcyclist is going to wear something that is unique to them. And so what I typically wear is long pants and boots and some sort of vest or leather in order to prevent rocks and bugs from hitting me. So everybody's going to do something a little bit different, but these are the things that I do. So you can see my pants and my boots. And when it gets cold, I'll wear a jacket or something, typically gloves, things like that, to keep me warm.
How does a motorcycle work? My uncle has one, but he never tells me what they do and how they work.
The motorcycle has an ignition switch, just like a car, and then it has a starter, which is separate from the ignition switch. So what you do is you flip the ignition switch, and then you turn on the starter, and that'll start the engine. Once the engine is running, here's the engine. And once the engine is running, it transfers power into what's called the crankcase. And the crankcase has some spinning pulleys in it. And then it transfers the power through a plastic belt to the rear wheel. So it's really hard to see the rear wheel on this bike because it's covered up with these side cases. but that's basically how a motorcycle works. So let me start it up and show you what it sounds like. So get a good view of this thing. So here's the ignition. And then here's the starter. You ready? Run faster so that you can go faster, you twist the throttle. This is the throttle here. And when you get to where you're going, you have to shut it off. Just like that.
How does the light work?
How does the light work on the motorcycle?
Turn on. How do the lights turn on?
Well, in the United States, all motorcycles are set up such that the light goes on whenever the engine is running. In fact, when I turn on the ignition, the lights automatically go on. Watch how this works. So there's the ignition. I guess it's a little hard to see, but the lights are on now. Let me see if I can get my helper to come over here and turn the ignition off.
What's about the helmets, and why is there different color helmets and different bike colors? Because there's one blue, red, kind of yellow, and there's kind of a green one and a pink one.
Well, for the same reason you have different colored cars. Every bike owner wants to express their own personality. So my bike happens to be black and gray with a little bit of red. And then I tend to wear a black helmet most of the time, so this is my helmet. And you can see there's all kinds of dead bugs and dirt on the helmet because I ride everywhere, and it smashes bugs and picks up dirt. This is one of my kids' helmets. You can see it's totally different. So the kids like to express themselves with some crazy designs.
Why is there different kind of motorcycles? And there's a motorcycle with the Star of David on it.
So there are different types of motorcycles because there's different types of motorcycle riders. Some people like to race, some people like to cruise on the street, some people like to go for long highway rides, and some people like to ride in the dirt. So they make different kinds of motorcycles for people to do each of those things with. And all the motorcycles are sort of specially made to do what the person wants to do. Now, I'm not aware of any motorcycle that comes with a Star of David on it, but all of us can personalize our motorcycles. And so what you'll see on mine is that I have a mezuzah on mine. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. There it is right there. So I like to ride around with that mezuzah. It's actually been installed by a rabbi after a blessing over the motorcycle. And we like to keep that on there mostly for safety. Another piece of Jewish identity that I ride around with is my patch for the motorcycle club, the Tribe. You can see on here that there's a Star of David and also the Torah scrolls. And then finally, many of us have put funny Yiddish sayings on our motorcycle license plates. Mine is Meshuggah. That means kind of crazy.
How did it go up the, how did motorcycles go up the stairs?
Well, the answer is you don't.
How do you put the garbage in the truck? How do they pick up garbage?
So,
Why is the truck not going in the water? Hi, I have a question. How fast do garbage trucks go? Why do you pick up the blue can instead of the green can?
What's your name?
Billy.
And what do you pick up? Recycling, garbage, compost?
I pick up all of it.
Okay. And how long have you been working for Recology?
I've been working for Recology about 5.5 years.
Okay. And what's your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part about my job is driving these cool trucks.
How do you pick up the recycling?
I pick up the recycling with this arm right here. And these buttons right here.
Why doesn't the truck go into the water?
Because it would sink.
How fast does the truck move?
Truck sounds like it goes way faster than it does, but it only does 55 miles an hour. Pick up the blue ones on recycling day and not the green ones on recycling day.
What is special about your truck?
Probably the most special thing about the truck is the arm. It does a lot of work and it's pretty fast. Let's see. This button right here turns the flashy strobe lights on. This button right here turns on the whole thing. And then this is the best one right here. This is the one that controls the arm like a joystick. Video game joystick. To pick up all the cans. Like so in touch with this customers. Like they make them cookies and they know him by name. When they come out, when I'm filling in on his route, they'll come out and say, "Hey, where's Jamie? Jamie's usually here this time."
Yeah.
He's super in touch with this.
Can we see inside the truck?
Hi, come on in. This is our bookmobile.
Hi friends, my name is Rachel and I'm a bookmobile driver here for the King County Library System. I'm so thankful for all of your questions and we're sorry that we miss you at the truck day this year, but we'll definitely see you again next year. Okay, let's get started with some questions.
Can we switch the book when we are reading one when we don't know one word?
If you pick out a book and you don't like it or it's maybe too hard to read, you can always return it to us and then just grab whatever you like. You can pick out any kinds of books that you want or music CDs or movies.
Hi. Can we share books with our friends? Can we take a book home? Can I take a book home?
You can absolutely share your books with friends. You can absolutely take a book home.
Are we allowed to read books?
Yes, you're definitely allowed to read books on the bookmobile and when you take them home.
Does it look like a real truck?
And this is what some of our buses look like. We have the entrance and then all of the books are inside.
Are we allowed to get a library card? Do you guys give library books to the JCC?
We don't give library books to the JCC, but if you come here during truck day, you can pick out a book. And if you don't have a library card, we'd be happy to get you one.
Thanks, guys, for giving us books.
Thank you for all your questions again, and we hope to see you next year at truck day or in any of our libraries once we get opened. Goodbye.
Hi kids, I'm James and I'm here with the Maxmobile at Seattle Humane, and I'm here to answer your questions for you that you sent in. Your first question is,
Do you have any dogs?
we do have dogs at Seattle Humane, but we do not have dogs on the Maxmobile. The Maxmobile is only for kitty cats. All right, hey, let's all go inside the Maxmobile and I'll answer your next question. Come on in.
What animals do you have?
Here on the Maxmobile, we only have kitty cats. But inside Seattle Humane, we have doggies, we have rabbits, we have hamsters, and we have chinchillas.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. My wife and I have 4 animals from Seattle Humane. We have 3 doggies and 1 big cat.
Do you feed the animals?
Yes, we do. Every morning, we feed them. We feed each kitty some kitty food, and we give them plenty of water. And Capolini is here to help whenever I need help. So yes, we feed the animals every day here on the Maxmobile. This is Capolini. He's gonna help me answer your next question. Your next question is,
How many animals do you keep in the truck?
let's count how many animals we keep on the Maxmobile. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We keep 6 animals on the Maxmobile.
Where's the Humane Society?
Where is Seattle Humane located? We are only a few miles away from where you are on Mercer Island. We are just across Lake Washington in Bellevue, just a few miles from where you live. So come and visit us anytime.
Where do you get the animals from?
I'm inside Seattle Humane. This is Big Scooter. And Scooter is 23 pounds. He is a big, big boy. And we get our kitties from all over. Some kitties come from Hawaii. Some kitties come from Eastern Washington. But we get kitties from all different places. And some people are unable to care for their kitties, so we take care of them.
Do you name your animals?
Well, some animals we do name because they don't have a name when we get them. Other animals, they already have a name. These 2 kitties are a mother and a baby. This is Baby Moo, and this is Mama Moo. These kitties were named before we got them.
How do you help the animals?
Our job at Seattle Humane is to help the animals by finding wonderful, loving homes where we know they will be taken care of for the rest of their life. That's what we do here at Seattle Humane. We find wonderful, loving homes for all the animals here at Seattle Humane. Thank you so much.
How did the fire trucks learn their job? How do fire trucks pick out put out the fires? How do they run out of water? How do they put out fire? Why does a fire truck have a ladder? Why does a fire truck run? Why do fire trucks have hoses? Why does the firefighter have a ladder? What's a burning question? Why is the truck white? What is inside the fire truck?
What's inside the fire truck?
Why do fire trucks have sirens?
Hey, my name's Josh. I'm with the Mercer Island Fire Department here, well, it's truck day, so we're going to show you the fire truck, and we're going to answer some of the questions you have for us. So we have our Battalion Chief Meyer here behind the camera, and he's going to ask the questions that you guys asked, and let's see what we can do to answer them.
Okay, our first question is, how do firemen learn their job?
Well, firemen, kind of like you guys are, you go to school, and so what we do is we go to what's called an academy, which is kind of like a school, and we learn all sorts of stuff about how to put out fires, kind of what fire is, and ways that we can go and we can put those fires out. And so then from then we just go and we make sure that we read a lot, and we study, and we do a lot of practice, and we train together and make sure that we really learn all we can to put the fires out. So.
Okay, the next question, why are fire trucks red?
Well, fire trucks aren't always red, but we always paint ours red because most common around here are red fire trucks. So we make sure that our fire trucks are easily recognizable to people in the community. So that way when we show up and the house is on fire, or maybe somebody has a medical emergency, they know that it's us by the big red truck.
Okay, third question, why do fire trucks have sirens?
Well, fire trucks have sirens, and we also have air horns and stuff that make a lot of noise, because we want to make sure that we when we're driving to a fire, that people see us and they get out of the way. So we got to get to places really fast, because fires grow really quickly and people can be in danger. So we got to make sure people get out of the way, so that way we can get to the places really quick.
Okay, question 4, how do firefighters put out fires?
Well, we can kind of go to the back of the fire truck for this, but what we do is we make sure that we have our fire truck there, and it's got all sorts of tools, and it's got hoses, and we got all of our firefighters there, and we pull hoses off the truck, and here we'll go to the back of the truck, and we take hoses and we fill those hoses with water, and we spray the fire with water. So that's the biggest way to go. Here we go, we have all sorts of different hoses. We have bigger hoses for bigger fires, and we got smaller hoses for smaller fires, and we have to put them in all sorts of different ways so we can get to all sorts of different buildings.
Okay, question 5, why do fire trucks have hoses?
Well, like we just said, we have hoses, so we make sure that we put out the fire. And like I said, we have different sizes for different types of fires. And that also includes our big hose right here, so we can sometimes we can get water from other fire trucks too, because we always have water with us.
Okay. Question number 6, how do fire trucks run out of water?
We can go through a lot of water really quick. So this fire truck has 500 gallons of water, which is basically like a swimming pool full of water, and we carry it, and it's inside the truck, and though you can't see it. And so we run out of water pretty quick by just spraying a lot of water on the fire, especially if it's a really big fire. Put a lot of water on it, and it goes really, really fast. So again, that's why we have the big hose here, so we can fill it back up with water from fire hydrants that we see all over town.
Okay, question 7, why does a fire truck have a ladder?
Our fire truck we just have a couple ladders. Sometimes we have bigger ladders in different trucks that show up, but we have these ladders here, so that way when we go to fire, and let's say you were up in your bedroom and there was a fire and you couldn't get out because of all the smoke, we got to make sure we have a ladder so we can put it up to the window, and we can climb in the window and we can get you out. So we always got to make sure we have ladders to get in different places of the house, including bedrooms and sometimes on the roof.
And you can see the ladder it stores in there, and it goes way back. It's kind of dark in there, but way back in there. We'll pull it out a little bit.
Slide them out.
Just like that. And the last question, number 8, what is inside the fire truck?
Well, we have a lot of stuff in the fire truck, and so one thing we have is us as firefighters in the fire truck, but we also have a lot of tools. And so because we can be called to a lot of different things, from car accidents to medical emergencies to fires, we gotta make sure we have a lot of things. So a couple of things we have here, we have a chainsaw, because sometimes when there's a lot of smoke in a house, it's really hard to see and it's really hot, so we got to make sure we get that smoke out, and we use one of those ladders and we hop up on the roof and we'll cut a big old hole in the roof, so that way everything can go out. Sometimes we also have these fans, so we'll put these fans in doors or windows to make sure we blow the smoke out. We also have lots of other tools. We got to make sure that we can really open a lot of things up, because sometimes fire gets in weird places.